Talk to me about what it feels like to be an SEC champ once again in a game like that.
I feel great. You know, it was a hard-fought game. You know, we played from beginning to end. You know, 60 minutes in the game. You know, it was like I said, it was hard-fought. And like I said, we just didn't give up.
I've always had, faith in Jalen ever since he was a freshman. And everyone has, really. And I feel like either quarterback can get the job done any given night. But, when his number called, he always come out and do his thing.
Let me ask you this, both of you guys. Is that one of the 4 best teams in the country y'all just played?
Of course. Oh, yeah, of course.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No doubt. What made Georgia so good in this game and gave y'all so much trouble, and y'all came back throwing blows, they were throwing blows? What do y'all think created that type of matchup today?
For the most part, they were playing aggressive.
Yeah.
They were doing their job. They were running. They was playing fast. You know what I mean? And, the first half, we didn't come out and do what we were supposed to do. And, halftime, we had to fix some adjustments, and come out and do our job, and that's how we pulled out this win.
I feel like, just at practice, I feel like we always go up against the best offense in the country. They feel like they go up against the best defense in the country. So when we get in certain situations, we just look back and, we practice against the best every day. So we always just talk and we're why we can't go out here and execute. So we just confident. That's just how we is at Alabama. We never give up. We're going to fight 60 minutes no matter what the score is. And I feel like that kind of what separates us. That kind of what separates us from a lot of teams in the country.
Thank you guys so much, and congratulations once again. We'll be seeing you in the college football playoff, okay? So we'll be with you guys now joining us. And, Coach, look, all your players are special to you, and we hear about that. But we just heard from Jalen Hurts on the set, and you can just tell that this kid is wise beyond his years. You've been so complimentary of the way that he's handled all of this. Why was it emotional for you to see him out there tonight and what he did?
Well, because he's done so much for the program. And it's unprecedented for a guy to win 26 games and then not be the quarterback anymore. And for him to handle that as he has, tremendous character, tremendous class. And then we played him through the years, so if this ever happened, he would have an opportunity, hopefully, to do well. And he certainly took advantage. I told him when he went in today, I said, this is your time, buddy. And he did it. But he did it well.
How incredible is the story? The same building, the same team, where it's the opposite, and now he goes in and he saves the team. I mean, Hollywood can't write this.
Yeah, well, it's a good deal. But, I want to say this about Tua. He's been the best player in college football all season long. And he really got hurt, his ankle, in the first half. That's really what bothered him a little bit. And I think it affected his play some.
Yeah.
But I hope people don't lose sight of the fact that he has been the best football player all year long in college football.
Real quick on that, what can you update us on with his health, with Tua's health?
Well, he just has an ankle sprain.
Okay.
We're doing MRI to see, exactly how bad it is. They think he'll probably be okay, at least in a couple weeks.
Good.
At worst. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Coach, what was Kirby and them doing, though? Because he gave Tua some problems early in this game with coverages and late dogging some linebackers and dropping some guys and kind of mixing things up. Were you able, because you're a defensive mind and I played for you, what was he doing that was confusing to him?
Well, they were green dogging the backers a little bit, and they played some 5 under man, all right, but they were bringing the backers and sort of peeling the back, which are things that we do too, some, and I think that confused the guys in protection a little bit. And a couple times the back went out, and then the backer came late, and somebody else covered him, and we didn't have a guy picked up. So they did a nice job. They played really, really well. And I'm going to tell you what, in my opinion, Georgia's one of the top 4 teams in the country. Yeah. I mean, they really are. And I know there'll be a lot of politics that goes into all this stuff in terms of who gets in by conference and all that type of thing. But they have a really good football team, and we didn't play our best today. But you got to give them a lot of credit for the way they played.
There's something to be said about the environment of tonight. I mean, as the committee goes behind closed doors and talks about who the 4 best are, nobody's played in a game like this. I mean, this was a national championship environment. No question about it. When we played Georgia, I forget what year it was, when we played Notre Dame in a national championship, it was the same kind of game here, 32-28. I mean, and we're just happy to get a win. And the national championship game wasn't nearly as competitive and the kind of environment that we had right here. Yeah. And we played this guy twice when he beat us. They won the national championship. We beat you guys the next year, and we won it. And those games were the toughest games.
That's exactly right. SEC championship, that's always why our goal was to win the SEC, because if we did that, we believe we were going to be national champions.
Yeah.
Coach, I want to ask you about this team's heart and perseverance. It's hard to get a team when you feel like you're getting knocked out and you've been punched over and over again, and they had a chance to go up 21. And yet your defense was able to get a stop. They missed the field goal, and then right down the field, touchdown. What do you do to be able to create a team where they're that resilient, that much heart? Because a lot of teams start to lay down and kind of take pity for themselves.
Well, our guys they've got great competitive spirit. They expect to win. And I think that was the turning point in the game. When we got the stop, the guy missed the field goal. Jalen Waddle took that touchdown, and made it 28-21. That momentum on our bench. We didn't have great energy today for some reason. Yeah. We haven't had it for the last 3 weeks. I don't know if our team is mentally and physically tired or what. We try to cut back practice this week so we can kind of get some juice back. But that changed, the whole mindset of our bench, the enthusiasm. When Waddle took the touchdown after the missed field goal, and then we sort of dominated the game after that.
Coach, when you look now at Kirby Smart and this Georgia program and what he's been able to do, and you look how this conference is starting to evolve with bringing coaches into this conference to compete against y'all, let's just be honest, to compete against Alabama and compete against you and beat you, where do you have to navigate differently now because of that? I mean, it's happening in all phases. It's happening in recruiting. It's coming onto the field. They're paying coaches now to come from all kind of places to come in the league. How do you think about that? Is that ever something that crosses your mind?
Well, no doubt. I mean, there's a lot of competition.
Right.
And the competition starts in recruiting. And that's the one thing that is tough for us is we have a lot of players from all over the place. All right, so national recruiting makes it tough. Florida's a great state for football players. Georgia's a great state for football players. We have some good players, but we have two schools, fighting for them all the time. Louisiana's a good state for football players. So when you have a good program like at Georgia, that Georgia has right now, and they've got a really good state for football players, they're always going to be in the mix, and they're always going to have one of the best teams because they got a good coach and they're going to have good players.